He's a rich man with a Maserati, but he sneaks into his neighbor's house in the middle of the night. He's also a rich man, and Cooper knows exactly where the rich like to keep their goodies. Cooper then skillfully pocketed the cash in the drawer. Even if the alarm was triggered, there was no need to panic. He quickly messed up his hair and then put on one of the neighbor's pajamas, and told the police that his wife had made a mistake in the timing of the vacation alarm, and they wouldn't be going out of the house until tomorrow morning. The two officers didn't think much of Cooper's sleepy look, which had happened in the past, but after they left, Cooper was relieved to be out of disguise and couldn't help but smile. He did not have a unique hobby of being a thief, but was forced to this point by the people around him. For the past few decades, Cooper's life has been a smooth ride, graduating from college, joining a financial firm, and marrying a beautiful wife. His house got bigger and bigger, but the man sleeping next to his wife was his best friend. Even though he was betrayed, his children chose to live with their mother and the house was awarded to his wife. So not only did he have to pay alimony, but he also had to pay the mortgage for his wife and his best friend who betrayed him. But on the other hand, now that he was rich and single, he could enjoy life to the fullest. But in a bar encounter, Cooper accidentally met a female colleague who had just joined the company. Originally thought that both sides of the willingness to do nothing wrong, but the company's senior management used this to do the article. He first asked Cooper to go out during working hours to take a bath in reality, but secretly took away Cooper's computer customer information and then used the rules prohibiting intimate relations between employees to fire Cooper. Cooper was instantly confused. There are so many female colleagues in the company. How can he know every one of them? But he also understands that when the company wants to fire a person, they can always find some reasons. Cooper was undeterred, and with his decades of clientele, it was no one's loss to fire him. But he never realized that the company had blocked all of his avenues of retreat. Cooper's reputation in the industry was already in tatters due to the co-worker scandals, and he had somehow made a loyalty agreement with the company that he would not be allowed to join a competing company for 2 years after leaving the company. 2 years was more than enough time for the company to absorb the clients he had. He thought he had it all, but in fact he couldn't keep anything, and the mortgage, alimony plus miscellaneous expenses, the company's compensation was only enough to last him half a year. At that moment, his daughter said she wanted to buy a drum set, and Cooper said yes without even thinking about it, even though his wife wanted his stepfather to pay for it. But he didn't want to lose his father's identity again, and a drum set is not cheap. While he was trying to figure out where to get the money from, his neighbor Pete threw a community party, and Cooper and his ex-wife became the subject of much teasing, because few couples are so harmonious after a divorce that they even let a third party into their lives. Looking at his laughing neighbors, Cooper thought for the first time that these people were a bit of an abomination. He left the party by urinating and wanted to do some damage to Pete's villa to vent his anger, but he accidentally found bundles of cash in a drawer in the check room. His heart skipped a beat and he thought of the money he had spent on his daughter's drum set. In the end, his desire overcame his reasoning and he reassured himself that he would only steal this once. But there are only zero and countless times you can steal something like this. Then he went back to the rented villa alone. If he wanted to continue to maintain the current life, he had to find a way to do so. The rich people in the community became his best target. These rich people often go out on vacations. Although the villa had its own security guard and police station, the crime rate had